Catylator is a 3,000 square foot workshop in downtown Silver Spring. We're located in the World Building, which is right opposite the Montgomery County Fire Station. And we're part of the circular economy, being a sharing space. This is a place where you can come and get access to tools and equipment that you might not otherwise have at home. For example, you can come and use a $20,000 laser cutter for an hour if you just happen to need it. So it really addresses that power drill statistic of tools not being used. We've got an entire workshop that gets used on a shared basis. As Dave said, we opened in 2015, 2 years ago, because I really do believe that people get a huge benefit from learning how to make things with their hands. And you just see the smiles on people's faces, the sense of accomplishment that comes from doing that. But there's also, in my mind, a sort of a more serious undertone to it. These are important issues because our world is changing rapidly around us. The iPhone, this is only 10 years old, and yet how many of us can actually imagine trying to get through our lives without this thing in our hand all day? So what's our lives going to be like in another 10 years? And as our world's changing so much through digital fabrication, machine learning, artificial intelligence, all of these things are coming, and Catylator, the business that I'm running, is a place where you can come and learn about these things and practice, getting in touch with them. Our mission is really to help people in the community understand the forces that are going on around them and learn about them, get confidence with them, and engage in technology so that you can be actively in it and not just a passive consumer of what's going on around you. Last year, the World Economic Forum said, they wrote a report and said, the top 3 skills that you need in the future coming workforce are critical thinking, complex problem solving, and creativity, right? And Catylator is a place where you can come and learn about that and you can practice it. And with all of these things, you need to practice. You can't just get up on the stage at Carnegie Hall and play a piano concerto the first time you ever sit down in front of a piano. So all of these things require practice. So since we've opened, we've had over 1,000 kids, adults, people come to the space and given them a real transformative hands-on experience with these 21st century tools in our workshops, after-school programs. We do professional development training, and I'm just finishing up tomorrow 7 weeks of summer camps, which have been wonderful, personally very rewarding experience, seeing the incredible things that kids make in the workshop. So Catylator is a small business, but we've started it with a social mission, and we work with and support and collaborate with a lot of nonprofits and other organizations. In Silver Spring, the Time Bank comes and does their orientations in our space. There's a hand lettering society that meets once a month with us, lots of creative people. This year we've had a particularly close and beneficial relationship with Community Bridges, who's a local nonprofit in downtown Silver Spring that work with young women from 4th grade to 12th grade, teaching them about leadership skills, study skills, making good decisions about their lives and things. So we ran an after-school program with Community Bridges, and one of the cool projects we did, which is on the right-hand side of the slide there. So in the reuse, recycle, model, we got some plywood that somebody, found somewhere, was going to throw away. The girls were able to upcycle it. They changed it into games and puzzles, which you can see some of there that were donated to Children's Hospital in DC. And along the way, the girls got to learn about 3D printing, 3D design, laser cutting, digital fabrication. So all of these skills went into ultimately a project that benefited the community. And I, sort of to see them sort of gain that sort of sense of confidence, I think it's very important in the development. So, I bootstrapped Catylator myself 2 years ago, and I've been working hard to find, a sustainable business model for a social mission business in a high rent district in downtown Silver Spring. We're in the basement of a building, so you can walk past and you'd never know we're there. So just sort of trying to get the word out about the organization is challenging. You can't really put an ad in a newspaper these days because who reads the newspaper? It's very, it's an interesting challenge. We've actually been the grateful recipient of a couple of grants from Montgomery County Council, and it's been very thankful to have those, but they are sort of, one-time events, and it's hard to build an ongoing business on one-time grants. So I'm still trying to figure out how to get going with those things. And I think ultimately, being in the circular economy, it's a great and rewarding thing, but my landlord doesn't necessarily forgive the rent at the end of the month when we've put on a wonderful program. So sort of trying to figure out how to make a business model run is something I'm still trying to figure out. I'm having a lot of fun, and I'm grateful for the opportunities I'm having with this business, but it's the most difficult thing I've done in my life so far. So anyway, thank you.